What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am here to do my official Week 1 NFL predictions. Yes, we are back for another year of NFL predictions on the channel on the road. The Super Bowl 56 starts now, so I am extremely excited to do my official Week 1 NFL predictions for you guys this year. You guys already know the deal. I'll be making picks from Week 1 all the way up to Super Bowl 56. So sit back, relax, grab something to drink and eat, and get ready to support your favorite NFL teams, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, this is the first video of a combined 3 video day on the channel today, guys, so I hope you guys will be able to watch this video and all the fantastic videos we got in store in the channel in the month of September this year. And as always, show your support on the channel as always, guys, by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, and commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your NFL teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, guys, as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, pick the good one if you're a huge fan of the NFL like myself, and you're ready for Week 1 of the NFL season. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is... Two. Woo woo! Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into my Week 1 NFL predictions. Let's start off on Thursday Night Football with an NFC showdown between the Dallas Cowboys heading to Raymond James Stadium to face the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, starting off with the Cowboys, they're coming off a rough 6-10 season last year, but the Cowboys are looking to start this new season off with a huge victory on the road against the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday Night Football. But it's not going to be easy. Their side, you have the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, coming out their improbable year last year, winning the Super Bowl, defeating the Kansas City Chiefs, and it just proved that Tom Brady is the greatest of all time wherever he plays at quarterback. And the Buccaneers are looking to start this year off by getting a huge victory at home and possibly make another repeat trip back to the Super Bowl this year. So coming from me in this NFC showdown on Thursday Night Football, I am going to go with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get it done at home and defeat the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. And now the Sunday slate, and I can finally say NFL football is back on Sunday, starting at 10 a.m. here on the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East Coast, starting off with another NFC showdown, and it's the Battle of the Birds between the Philadelphia Eagles heading to the Georgia Dome to face the Dirty Birds, the Atlanta Falcons. Now, starting off with the Eagles, they were coming off a miserable 4-11-1 season last year, but this year, this Eagles team is going to be a lot better because they finally have their number 1 quarterback in quarterback Jalen Hurts. And we all know what I did last year with the Eagles. I said if Jalen Hurts starts, the Eagles would be better. They didn't listen. But now they finally got rid of Carson Wentz, the crybaby, and now Jalen Hurts is the number 1 quarterback in Philly. And the Eagles are looking to start the year off with a huge victory on the road. Their side, you have the Atlanta Falcons coming off an even miserable 4-12 season last year, and it just feels like this Atlanta Falcons team is on rebuild mode because if you guys didn't hear that they traded Julio Jones, their top wide receiver, to the Tennessee Titans. So they're really just getting rid of some great players for draft picks now, and it looks like the Atlanta Falcons are in rebuild mode, but they're looking to start the year off with a huge victory at home. So coming from me in this NFC showdown between the Battle of the Birds, I am going to go with Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles to get it done on the road and defeat the lowly Atlanta Falcons. And now the next matchup. It is a huge AFC showdown between the Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Orchard Park to face the Buffalo Bills. Now the Steelers are coming off a very good 12-4 season last year, but they fell short in the wild card round, losing to their hated rivals, the Cleveland Browns. And this Steelers team is looking to erase what happened last year and looking to start the year off with a huge victory on the road. Their side, you have the Buffalo Bills coming off their amazing 13-3 season last year, falling short in the AFC Championship game to the Kansas City Chiefs, but you got to give the Bills a hell of a lot of credit to go 13-3 and be 1 game short of making it back to the Super Bowl for the first time since the Jim Kelly years. You got to give this franchise a hell of a lot of credit. I have a good feeling the Bills are going to have another big year once again with quarterback Josh Allen. They're looking to start the year off with a huge victory at home. So coming from me in this huge AFC showdown between 2 playoff teams from last year, ooh, this one's going to be good. Big Ben versus Josh Allen. This one's going to be really good. I can see this being a high-scoring affair, but coming from me, I am going to go with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to get it done at home and defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers in a high-scoring affair. And now the next matchup. It is the Minnesota Vikings heading to Cincinnati to face the Cincinnati Bengals. Now the Minnesota Vikings are coming off a very rough 7-9 season last year, and the Vikings are looking to start the year off this year with a victory on the road. Their side, you have the Cincinnati Bengals coming off a very bad 4-11-1 season last year, but what else is new with the Bengals? But it was also the first year for quarterback Joe Burrow out of LSU. So this is his sophomore year in the NFL, and we're going to see if he's going to have either a sophomore slump or a sophomore rise. And the Bengals are looking to start the year off with a victory at home. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Minnesota Vikings to get it done and defeat the Cincinnati Bengals in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is an NFC showdown between the San Francisco 49ers heading to Ford Field to face the Detroit Lions. Now the 49ers are coming off a very bad 6-10 season last year, but the 49ers did pick up a huge quarterback in the NFL draft this year in Trey Lance. Now the big question is going to be, will the 49ers start Jimmy G Money or will they start Trey Lance? But the 49ers are looking to get back in track in the NFC West, and they're looking to start the year with a victory on the road. Their side, you have the Detroit Lions coming off another bad year, 5-11 last year. What else is new with the Lions? But the Detroit Lions are a completely different team this year because Matthew Stafford is no longer the quarterback. He is quarterbacking the Los Angeles Rams. So the Lions are now being quarterbacked by Jared Goff, the former Los Angeles Rams quarterback. So we're going to see if Jared Goff can bring the Detroit Lions back from the dead and have a big year this year. And they're looking to start it off with a big victory at home. So coming from me in this NFC showdown, oh boy, I am actually really excited to see if the 49ers are going to start Trey Lance because I've heard some good things about him in college. But I'm also excited to see what Jared Goff can bring to the Detroit Lions and maybe bring them back from the dead. But coming from me, I am going to go with Jimmy G Money or Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers to get it done on the road and defeat the Detroit Lions in a very close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the Arizona Cardinals heading to Nashville to face the Tennessee Titans. Now the Cardinals are coming off a not too bad 8-8 season last year on the first year coach of Cliff Kingsbury, the former Texas Tech Red Raiders head coach. And the Cardinals are definitely going up. They're not going down. They're definitely going up with Kyler Murray as their quarterback, DeAndre Hopkins as a top wide receiver, and the Cardinals are looking to start the year off with a big victory on the road. Their side of the Tennessee Titans coming off a very great year last year, finishing at 11-5, but falling short to the Baltimore Ravens in the wild card round last year. But this Titans team is definitely getting better with the addition of Julio Jones to that wide receiving core with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry. This Titans team is definitely going to be a threat in the AFC South for sure this year, and they're looking to start the year off with a victory at home. So coming from me in this matchup, ooh, this one's going to be good. Kyler Murray versus Derrick Henry and Julio Jones and Ryan Tannehill. This one's going to be good, but coming from me, I am going to go with Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, and the Tennessee Titans to get it done at home and defeat the Arizona Cardinals in a very, very close one. And now the next matchup between my Seattle Seahawks heading to Lucas Oil Stadium to face the Indianapolis Colts. Now my Seahawks are coming off a great year last year, finishing at 12-4, winning the NFC West Division title, but we fell short to the Los Angeles Rams last year on Wild Card Weekend. But this Seattle Seahawks team just gets better and better year after year. When you have Russell Wilson, you got Pete Carroll running the show, DK Metcalf, who I think will have a monster year this year for the Seahawks, and that defense keeps getting better and better. And the Seahawks are looking to start the year off with a huge victory on the road. There is the idea of the Indianapolis Colts coming off a very good 11-5 season last year before losing to the Buffalo Bills in the wild card round last year. But this Indianapolis Colts team is definitely a different team because Phillip Rivers retired. So the Colts needed a new quarterback and they got Carson Wentz. But crazy thing is, before the season even started, Carson Wentz is out with a foot injury. So we don't know if he's going to be playing this week or the week after. So it could be the quarterback position could be down to Jacob Eason. So we're going to see if the Colts can get it done without Phillip Rivers and looking to see if they can do it with Carson Wentz and get a victory at home. So coming from me in this matchup, man, this one's going to be good. But coming from me, I am going to go with I'm going to go with Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll, and my Seattle Seahawks to get it done on the road and defeat the Indianapolis Colts. And now the next matchup. It is the Los Angeles Chargers heading to Landover to face the Washington football team. Now the Chargers are coming off a very bad 7-9 season last year, and Justin Herbert's first year as starting quarterback for the Chargers, so he is also coming into his sophomore year in the NFL. We're going to see he's either going to have a sophomore slump or a sophomore rise, and the Chargers are looking to start the year with a victory on the road. Their side, you have the Washington football team, who finished at 7-9 and actually won the NFC East last year. And this Washington football team, under Coach the Carolina Panthers coach, I think it's Ron Rivera. I think Ron Rivera is the coach of the Washington football team, and the fact that they won the NFC East at 7-9 was saying a lot. And I'm really hopeful that this year the NFC East will be a little bit more competitive, and a team with a winning record will actually win the NFC East this year. And the Washington football team is looking to start the year off with a victory at home. So coming from me, between these two teams that went 7-9 last year, I am going to go with Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers to get it done on the road and defeat the Washington football team. And now the next matchup between the New York Jets heading to Charlotte, North Carolina to face the Carolina Panthers. Now the New York Jets are coming off a miserable 2-14 season last year, but what else is new, folks? It's the New York Jets. They have never been good in a long, long time. But the Jets did get a marquee quarterback in the NFL draft in the name of Zach Wilson out of BYU, and hopefully the Jets will actually show off this kid, unlike they did with Sam Darnold, like they did with Geno Smith. Hopefully Zach Wilson will be starting for the Jets, and maybe the Jets will start winning finally for once. Their other side, you have the Carolina Panthers coming off a rough 5-11 season last year, and with the departure of Teddy Bridgewater, the Carolina Panthers signed Sam Darnold, the former New York Jets head quarterback. And I know my good friend Showstopper TV, who is a huge Carolina Panthers fan, is hoping that the Panthers this year will get it done, and they're looking to start the year off with a victory at home. So coming from me in this matchup, I'm actually excited for this. Zach Wilson versus Sam Darnold, BYU versus USC. But coming from me, I am going to go with Showstoppers TV's Carolina Panthers to get it done at home and defeat the lowly New York Jets. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC South rivalry showdown between the Jacksonville Jaguars heading to Houston to face the Houston Texans. Now the Jacksonville Jaguars had the worst year last year in the NFL, finishing at 1-15, but with that losing record came with the #1 pick in this year's NFL draft, and they picked up quarterback Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. And you talk about a big pickup for the Jacksonville Jaguars and getting Trevor Lawrence. They also picked up Coach Urban Meyer, got him out of Ohio State to coach the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I got to say it, I'm actually excited for this Jacksonville Jaguars team this year. I mean, you got Trevor Lawrence as quarterback, you got Urban Meyer as head coach, you got the backing of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling. I have a good feeling the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to have a big year this year, and they're looking to start the year with a victory on the road. Their side, you have the Houston Texans coming off a very bad 4-12 season last year, and this team is really running in shambles. I mean, I've heard a lot of stories with Deshaun Watson wanting to get out of Houston, and this Houston's team is looking to start the year off with a victory against their AFC South rivals at home. So coming from me in this AFC South rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer, and the Jacksonville Jaguars to get it done on the road and defeat the Houston Texans. And now the next matchup. It is a huge AFC showdown between the Cleveland Browns heading to Arrowhead to face last year's AFC champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Now the Cleveland Browns are coming off, in my opinion, the best year they have had in so many years. I mean, they went 11-5 last year and went on to win a playoff game against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Wild Card Weekend. But you talk about the story of the NFL season last year. It was the Cleveland Browns, and they really shocked the world in the playoffs by knocking off the Pittsburgh Steelers not once, but twice. And this Browns team is definitely on the rise for sure. And they're looking to continue that amazing year that they had last year and start the season off with a victory against the reigning AFC champions on the road. Their side, you have last year's AFC champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, coming off their loss in Super Bowl 55 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year. They finished at 14-2, and they fell short to win the Super Bowl. But I know Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid is definitely going to turn around this year, and they are the perennial threats to make it back to the Super Bowl this year. But they're looking to start the year off with a victory at home. So coming from me in this massive AFC showdown in week #1, this one's going to be good. Baker Mayfield versus Patrick Mahomes. This one's going to be so good, and I feel this game is going to be high scoring from first quarter all the way to the fourth. But coming from me, I may get this one wrong, but I am going to go with Patrick Mahomes and the reigning AFC champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, to get it done at home and defeat the Cleveland Browns in a high offensive shootout. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC East rivalry showdown between the Miami Dolphins heading to Gillette to face my New England Patriots. Now the Miami Dolphins are coming off a great year last year, finishing at 10-6, just missing the playoffs this year. But I have a good feeling the Miami Dolphins are going to make the playoffs this year. Even though I am a Patriots fan, I got a lot of respect for the Miami Dolphins and their quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and that fantastic turnover chain defense. The Dolphins are looking to make it a big year this year and looking to get it done on the road against their AFC East rivals. Their side, you have my New England Patriots coming off a very rough 7-9 season last year, and I will even have to admit, last year was not our best year. But this year, I'm very hopeful that this is going to be a bigger year for the Patriots because it is the Mac Jones era in New England. The Patriots draft pick from the University of Alabama will be the starter for week number 1 after they cut Cam Newton. And I will have to say thank you, Cam Newton, for what you did last year for us. But it is now the Mac Jones era in New England. And I know Bill Belichick can really make this kid a superstar. And the Patriots are looking to start the year off with a huge victory at home against their AFC East rivals. So coming from me in this massive AFC East rivalry showdown, it's Joseph Conlon and the Big Fight Field channel versus my channel, because Joseph Conlon, the Big Fight Field, is a massive Miami Dolphins fan. So I want to say good luck to you, Joseph, and may the best team win. But coming from me, you already know I'm going with Mac Jones, Bill Belichick, and my New England Patriots to get it done at home and defeat the Miami Dolphins in a defensive shootout. And now the next matchup. It is a massive NFC showdown between the Green Bay Packers heading to the Superdome to face the New Orleans Saints. Now the Green Bay Packers are coming off a magnificent season last year, finishing at 13-3, but once again failed to get to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl championship. So the story was going in Green Bay that Aaron Rodgers wanted out. He wanted out of Green Bay. He wanted to play for another team, but Green Bay re-signed him, and this is pretty much this year Aaron Rodgers' last dance. And the Packers are looking to once again take control of the NFC North by starting off the season with a victory on the road. Their side, you have the New Orleans Saints coming off a fantastic 12-4 season last year, but last year was the final year for Drew Brees in New Orleans because he retired last year. So now the New Orleans Saints are going to be starting famous Jameis Winston as their quarterback. So we're going to see if Sean Payton can win with Jameis Winston and without Drew Brees. And they're looking to start the year off with a victory at home. So coming from me in this massive NFC showdown in week number 1, oh man, Jameis Winston versus Aaron Rodgers. This one should be good, but coming from me, I am going to go with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers to get it done on the road and defeat the New Orleans Saints in a close offensive shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the Denver Broncos heading to Gotham to face the New York Giants. Now the Broncos are coming off a very bad 5-11 season last year, but what else is new with the Broncos? They haven't been good since Peyton Manning was quarterbacking them and John Elway was there. But this Broncos team is looking to start their new year with a new quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater at the quarterback position, and the Broncos are looking to start the year off with a victory on the road. Their side, you have the New York Giants coming off a very rough 6-10 season last year, and the Giants are looking to start the year off with a huge victory at home with Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones and a few other great players. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Kill Switch's own New York Giants to get it done at home and defeat the Denver Broncos in a shootout. And now the Sunday night matchup. It is another NFC showdown between the Chicago Bears heading to the Coliseum to face the Los Angeles Rams. Now the Bears are coming off a very up and down 8-8 season last year, and a lot of things have changed in Chicago. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky has left Chicago, and the Chicago Bears needed a new quarterback, and they got one in the future of the Chicago Bears organization in getting quarterback Justin Fields out of Ohio State University. And when they got him, Bears fans went crazy because he is the future. And I have a good feeling if he starts, he will be the biggest thing for the Chicago Bears in a long time. But for some insane reason, Coach Matt Nagy is saying that the Week 1 starter for this game on Sunday Night Football is going to be Andy Dalton. What? Andy Dalton is starting over Justin Fields? I'm sorry, what? How stupid is that? The fact that Andy Dalton is starting this game for the Bears' first game of the NFL season over the guy that they drafted, Justin Fields, who's going to be their biggest quarterback if they start him. And the fact that they're not starting Andy Dalton the fact that they're starting Andy Dalton over Justin Fields pisses me off. Pissed me off so much that I have already made this proclamation. If Justin Fields does not start a game for the Chicago Bears, I will not pick the Chicago Bears in any of my NFL predictions. I don't care if they're a favorite team or an underdog team. Until Justin Fields starts, the Bears will not be picked on this channel. And I am a man of my word. And I know my good friend the Gamer's Goon, who is a diehard Chicago Bears fan, will have to agree with me. Justin Fields should be the starter. Andy Dalton should be sitting his ass on the bench because he is not a winner. He can't win in the postseason. We all know this. There's the idea of the Los Angeles Rams coming off a great 10-6 season last year. They made it to the playoffs, knocked off my Seattle Seahawks in the walk round, but fell short in the divisional round. And the Rams made a big move in the quarterback position, trading Jared Goff to the Detroit Lions and bringing Matthew Stafford here to Los Angeles. So now we're going to find out the age-old question. Can Matthew Stafford win with a better team around him? And the Rams are looking to start the year off with a victory at home. So coming from me, in this NFC showdown on Sunday Night Football, because I am a man of my word and Justin Fields is not starting in Week 1 for the Chicago Bears, I am taking Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams to get it done at home and defeat the Chicago Bears on Sunday Night Football. And now the Monday night matchup that will go against Monday Night Raw as Snore and the final game in week number 1. It is an AFC showdown between the Baltimore Ravens heading to the Death Star to face the Las Vegas Raiders. Now the Baltimore Ravens are coming off a fantastic year last year, finishing at 11-5. And this year, this Baltimore Ravens team is still a big threat in the AFC North. But the loss of J.K. Dobbins, their running back for the year, definitely hurts them. So Lamar Action Jackson has to step up his game if he wants to get Baltimore back to the playoffs, and they're looking to get a big win here on the road on Monday Night Football. There's the idea of the Las Vegas Raiders coming off a very good 8-8 season last year, and John Gruden is looking to turn it around this year by having a winning record, and they're looking to start the year off with a victory at home on Monday Night Football. So coming from me in this AFC showdown on Monday Night Football to wrap up week number 1 of the NFL season, Derek Carr versus Lamar Action Jackson. This one should be good, but coming from me, I am going to go with Lamar Action Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens to get it done on the road and defeat the Las Vegas Raiders on Monday Night Football. And those are my Week 1 NFL predictions. Now, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below. Who do you see winning in week number 1 of the NFL season? Do you see any upsets happening in week number 1? And let me know, which teams do you think will make the Super Bowl this year and which teams will make the playoffs this year? Let me know all of your picks and your opinions in the comment section. And as always, represent your NFL teams. Even if you're a fan of the New York Jets or the Atlanta Falcons, still represent them. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you because comments and your opinions are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching this Week 1 NFL predictions video today. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting so close to that 900 subscriber mark. But YouTube tells me that nearly 75% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet. So let's change that, folks. If you're a fan of professional wrestling when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW Wrestling, and Ring of Honor Wrestling, and you're a fan of professional sports when it comes to the NFL, college football, the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NHL, college basketball, super kick that subscribe button. It's free. Become part of this bigger, dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later today for my official Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor 18 2021 predictions. Brody King, EC3, Flamita, and Bandito. Fatal 4-way elimination match for the Ring of Honor Championship. Later days, guys, and peace. The NFL is back, baby.